Would you believe that only 15% of the UK population has a gym membership, which I believe to be a massive problem when it comes to the health and fitness of our country? And so I want to talk to you today about why I also think that not only is that a problem, but also on the individual basis, it creates a bit of a challenge in order to get started. And that's where I'm going to be spending my time in this video today, to basically inform you of why I think it's difficult to start the gym and to stick to the gym. And I think the biggest part of that is simply because most people aren't doing it. So if you're thinking about starting your weight loss or your health or your fitness journey, then you want to make sure that you can be around people where you feel supported. And if you then go to join the gym, or you tell your friends or your family members that you're going to go and join the gym, then the likelihood is that they don't go based on those stats, because maybe 1 in 6 people have a gym membership. So you're going to feel it's going to feel a little bit foreign. You might get mocked. They might make fun of you. They might not understand. They might say you're wasting your money. And then also you then just kind of like want to still sort of fit in with the crowd and blend in with the crowd, if you will. And then maybe you don't get started, but deep down you know that you want to do something about maybe your health, your fitness, or your weight, or perhaps all 3 of the above. And then the problem just grows and grows, it gets worse, and you don't do anything about it. So I totally understand that it can be difficult to make a start when it comes to your health and fitness, but as with anything, sometimes we have to be willing to step away from what's deemed as the norm, the normal thing to do, which is to not have a gym membership, because 85% of the population don't. And so you have to be willing to be one of the 15% to stand out, so that you can become healthier, happier, have more energy and feel more confident, which is what I help my clients with. And the only way to get around this is to actually put yourself in the environment where your desired behavior, if you will, of going to the gym to get the result, is the normal behavior. Because chances are the circle that you're in, friends, family, colleagues certainly, they're not doing that. They maybe kind of want to do it or know they should do it, but they don't even feel comfortable, or they just can't be arsed doing it. And so if your behavior becomes like theirs, then you're going to continue to get the results that you're getting now, that they are getting, which is nothing, or your fitness and health is regressing, and your weight is growing, and your confidence is dropping, and your energy is rubbish and all that. So in order for you to get the opposite of that, you need to get yourself in an environment where that desired behavior is the normal behavior. And that's how I help my clients, because when they come to a private gym, which is here, and it's a community atmosphere, we all support each other, and we are all moving towards a common goal of being healthier, happier, having more energy and feeling more confident, then the desired behavior is the normal behavior. And even on days when you don't quite fancy it, you've got people around you pulling you along and supporting you to do the thing that you know you should do. Whereas if you're around the people that don't do that, they're going to encourage you to do the opposite ultimately. So there's obviously a little bit of a disconnect between most of the population and knowing that they need to do something and feeling a little bit foreign at first, but we have to overcome that coming out of the comfort zone, if you will, in order to get in an environment where that behavior that you want to do is what people do normally. Because, believe it or not, there are people out there, 15%, obviously that might be slightly higher, there might not be numbers of, private gyms and people that go to sports clubs that aren't a gym in there as well, but it isn't going to be all that much more. So for you to be successful, you have to find yourselves one of those communities, a community like ours at Do The Work HQ, where we are all in it together, we support each other, and we're working towards a common goal, as I say, of being healthier and happier. Now, those goals, on a micro level might change a little bit. Someone might want a little bit more weight loss. Someone might want a little bit more of a performance-based goal. Someone might just want to have more energy or feel healthier. But ultimately, you get around people that essentially are all willing to accept that now the exercise in a regular format, in a regular structure, is the normal behavior, and is something that happens each and every week. And when you feel that you're in an environment like that, it then becomes a little bit more accepted. It becomes your tribe, if you will. Whereas if your tribe, as I say, is a group of people that don't do any of that and just go out drinking and eat takeaways and all the rest of it, then you're gonna try and fit into that environment. So you need to spend enough time with people that are doing the things that you want to be doing, and the things that will allow you to achieve the goals that you say that you want to do, in order to feel part of a group, and then you're more likely to want to stay, you're more likely to feel motivated, and you're more likely to feel just a little bit more normal about what you're doing. But if you're going to be the one person out of 6 or 7 or 8 or the only person in the office that goes to the gym and commits to their health and their well-being and wants to reduce down drinking and wants to reduce down takeaways, then they're going to take the piss out of you, because it makes them feel better about themselves, because that is the normal behavior. And as soon as someone goes away from what the crowd is doing, it gets mocked. And that's always been the case with anything in life. So it's just like the person who maybe works a little bit harder than the others because they want to get promoted. People mock them to make themselves feel better, that they're not doing the work to improve themselves. And it's the same with their health and fitness. So you need to get yourself around people that are on the same path as you. And again, the goal doesn't need to be identical, but the mindset and the way you think about exercise and the way you think about looking after yourself is going to be more identical to the environment that you're in with your friends and your colleagues and your family. And it then gets easier to block out that noise that happens there. And eventually what happens when you stick around long enough, the people that mocked you become jealous and envious, and then eventually will want to join the crowd. And even if they don't do it right away, it doesn't matter, and it's not your job to get them to do it, but it is your job to make sure that you're the healthiest, happiest, you have the most energy and you feel the most confident, not just for you, but for your family and all the rest of it as well, because then you show up at your best. So you have to be willing to step away from that tribe of people that essentially do not live a healthy life, which is most people, so that you don't get sucked in and it feels like it's gone too far so that you can't move away and step away from it. You have to be willing to take a little bit of flack, and you have to be willing to be a little bit of a leader and someone who's a little bit different in the office or with your group of friends, so that you can get yourself in an environment where, as I say, that desired behavior then becomes the normal behavior. And when you do that, it reinforces that those actions, those habits, those things that you're doing are good things. And it sort of creates a positive feedback loop, and you want to keep doing it. And when you keep doing it, the results come. And then when the results come, you care a lot less what the people in the office and your friends are saying, because you are a walking, talking, getting the results kind of person, for the lack of a better term. Okay, so I'd encourage you, if you're someone who is not in that 15% that has a gym membership, and you have either fear of getting started, or you don't know how to start, or you just don't want to look like the odd one out in your friends, step out of your comfort zone. Reach out to someone that can help. Obviously, if you're local to here, to Preston and South Ribble, I can help with that. And get yourself in a community of people that have been authentically where you are right now. Some might be a little bit further along, other people might be starting at the same time. But trust me, when you're in an environment like that, everybody wants to help. And that desired behavior that you know you need to do to get the results that you want is the normal behavior. And you will start to feel better about health and fitness and about the things that you need to do, and therefore the results will come. So to finish on this, you need to get yourself in an environment where that desired behavior is the normal behavior. Thanks for tuning in for today's episode. I hope you found that useful and valuable. If you'd like to hear more from us, all you need to do is hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next episode.